Alright guys, how are we? Okay, so I just wanted to do a quick sort of overview of my thoughts and opinions on the SGS 24 litre air compressor. Now, as far as I'm aware, as far as I'm led to believe, these particular air compressors and others like them are sort of mass produced and they're shipped out to companies, and the companies put their own sort of labelling on them, which is fine. I've got no problem with that. So my initial reasons for purchasing this was to seat the bead on my motorcycle tyres, which it does perfectly. Because before I had this, I was attempting to use a sort of Ryobi hand compressor, and it's just not enough power. So if you're buying an air compressor with the intention of fitting your own tyres, then this particular model, and I'll give you the model numbers and everything down below, does seat the bead in your tyres, and I've got proof of it here. Okay, so as well as doing the tyres, obviously seating the bead and inflating them and everything, it's also very good at drying your bike after you've cleaned it. It blows out a ton of water from the radiators, and it also gets rid of any sort of sitting water that's in nooks and crannies and bolt nut cavities and all that sort of stuff. So it's really, really good for that. If you want to dry your bike quick, I would definitely think about investing in an air compressor. It's also very good for cleaning out areas that you wouldn't initially think about cleaning. So for example, the area around the battery tray, all your fuse boxes, blow the air compressor around there, and the amount of dust and muck and old leaves and dead insects that fly out is amazing. So for a deep clean on your bike, you really should grab yourself an air compressor. So I'm going to show you the sort of what I like about it and some of the dislikes. So let's get a closer look. All right, so a quick run around. Let's take that out, and I'll show you how easy that coupling is to go into there. So we've got two outputs exactly the same. I doubt I'd ever use two outputs at the same time, because this will drain pretty quick. We've got the two gauges there for your output pressure and the tank pressure. We have a power on and off. We have a oil sort of plug there to fill up the oil, and we have a sight glass down there to tell you how much oil you have in there. We have a air filter on the top, and there's your main motor there, and that's the cover for your motor. And we have a drain valve down the bottom, two wheels and a carry handle, and that's pretty much it, and the main supply as well. So the things that, first of all, I have to give a shout out to SGS, because when this arrived, there was a massive crack in the top, and it went all the way down the side there, all the way to the bottom here. And it wasn't SGS's fault. It turned up like that from DPD, you know, those delivery people. It's just shocking. So I let SGS know, and you know, fair play to them. They didn't ask any questions. They said, yeah, no problem, we'll send another replacement one out, and it turned up, and there it is. So it's all back to normal. Now, the negatives about this is, there's a few things, and it's probably got something to do with the fact that you could say it's a sort of budget compressor. The power button just feels really kind of like flimsy, and it's that sort of cheap hard plastic. I can see that sort of not lasting very long. The release valve at the bottom there to release all the condensation just feels like it's always about to sort of lose its thread, like it's about to thread itself. It doesn't seem to tighten up very well or loosen very well. The thread for the air filter is made out of plastic, but it screws into the metal casing, so it just feels like you're going to thread it all the time. But other than that, I really can't complain. The gauges are a little bit sort of plasticky and flimsy feeling. But like I said, it is on a budget. It's not the most expensive air compressor you can buy, but it does work very well. So let's have a look at the actual coupling. It's pretty easy to put it in. You just push it in, it clips in, and to release it, you just push forward and it pops out. Same with the coupling on the end of whatever you're using. So this is the model here, the SC24H. 24 being the capacity of the drum there, and you can get a 50 as well. So this is the kit that came with it, the SCKO1. Comes with a spray gun, a blow gun, an oil gun, a tyre inflator, which is the reason I bought it, and a hose. And I've got them all down here, so I must admit it feels pretty good quality. I'm not an expert on these things, but it does feel rather nice. And the gauge which you do the tyres on is accurate, as I compared it with a couple of other tyre pressure monitoring systems that I've got as well, and it reads the same amount, so that's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple of tests. I'm going to see how long it takes to fully compress the tank, and how long a compressed tank lasts for by blowing the air out with that gun there. And obviously with the compressor on, with the power on, as soon as you get to a certain point on the dial there, the compressor will kick back in, so you've got a continuous flow of power. But if you just want to do one tank's worth, we're going to see how long that lasts. All right, so let's see how long it takes to fully compress a tank. All right, as you can see there, we are fully emptied out. Switch the power on here. We'll wait till the second hand gets to 12, and then we'll power on. And look at that, 1 minute exactly. Okay, so 1 minute to fully compress up a 24 litre tank. Let's see how long that will last for. Now again, like I said, you can leave the power on and then you can use this and it will just keep compressing it as you're going along. But let's turn the power off and let's see how long this lasts. Let's bring it round to past. And let's go. 15 seconds. 30 seconds. You see the power dropping off quite a bit. You can probably hear it dropping off as well. 45 seconds. And I would call that 1 minute as well, because anything after this point, there's not enough power coming out to make any sort of difference. All right, so that's pretty good. So a minute to fill it up, and a minute to empty the tank. So what I do is, once I've finished emptying the tank, I just release this valve, and that gets rid of any moisture that's trapped in there. They recommend you do empty that out, or you do turn that after every use. So that's what I do. So there you go, and it's pretty easy to pull around. It's got two wheels on the back there. It's got a couple of rubber stoppers at the front, and obviously this big handle. You can just tilt it up, carry it around, and it fits really nice under the shelf there. All right, guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed that. Just a quick one, and I'll see you again very soon. Take it easy, guys. See you later on. So before I shoot off, I'll just open this page up here on the spec sheet if you want to pause that, and so you can read it yourself, but I will leave all the links down below.